Sometimes I gotta do a few takes because I'm like, that wasn't it. That wasn't hitting on the nose. But hello, my name is Harmony, and this is Comfy Reflections and Realizations, where we talk about basically our spiritual journey to keep it 100% real with you. So, yeah, I've been doing a lot of thinking on death and rebirth, and that's pretty much going to be the topic of today. But first, I wanted to bring my friends my singing bowl and do like a little sound bath to like calm us down and get into the energy. It took me forever to find this camera placement. I think I already said this, but I'm recording on my phone, so bear with me. And it kind of just like flipped on its own, and it actually made it 100 times better. So I'm like, perfect. You hit it on the nose. Thank you. All right. I have like deodorant dust on this. Oh my gosh. From when I was traveling, it was a mess. My deodorant was on its last limb. Okay. Let's do a little sound bath and do a little bit of breathing. Oh, that was not strong, but we shall turn it up. Just taking in that frequency sometimes is so amazing. It's beautiful. There's so many little flies around. I love how green it is. Oh my gosh. It's kind of like Earth does a dance with the music, with the frequency. The wind started blowing and everything. The leaves. You feel the wind is blowing. Alright, I'm just gonna take a few more breaths. In and out. I was thinking of burning sage, but I'm at the park and I'm at a national park. I don't think you can do that. So I do have my sage in my bag. But also, look, I have a little fake mic, so we're gonna use this and pretend this is a real mic, because technically this is it under the blanket, bro. Okay. So death and rebirth is the topic of discussion. So like in the last episode, I'm gonna try to get vulnerable. I'm trying to get real because I'm a deep person. I get very deep with myself, but my problem is I can't really get deep with others. On social media, it's not as hard to get deep with things because it's kind of like an indirect, like you don't really see people on social media. You know, it's like you post it and you know people will see it, but it's not like you really know these people. So yeah. In a way, it doesn't feel like you're really talking to anything, you know. It just feels like you're talking to yourself, and like you decided to share with knowing, okay, don't mind my socks, they a little dirty, okay? Without knowing, like, or seeing the people that have criticism on you. So it just feels like you're speaking into a void, and if it catches somebody's attention, then it does, and it's cool, and it's like, okay. But anyways, I'm trying to get vulnerable. So yeah, in the last episode that I spoke on, I do not have a job. I don't have a job. I don't. But I've been looking for jobs, and yeah, we're going on the job hunt. I'm learning to kind of keep some things private, I guess. Just like with like friends, family, I'm a blabbermouth. Like if something happens like that, I get an opportunity or something, or I decide I want to do something new, I'm so fast and so quick to telling people about this, and I feel like it takes away from the excitement, you know. And I saw a video today on Instagram, this astrologer, and he was saying like, some of y'all need to keep your mouth shut, and I'm like, low key, because I feel like that's my biggest downfall, because I have so many great ideas. Not trying to toot my own horn, there's a bug on my freaking flip-flop, don't get on my smoothie. All right. I'm very quick to tell people things, you know, and because I get so excited and I have so many great ideas. That's where I was at. I have so many great ideas. I'm like, I just want to tell someone because like, it's so great, it's a good idea, and then I never follow through with it because I don't have that excitement within myself, you know. And I feel like honestly, when you retain that excitement of something or a new opportunity that you possibly may get, and let's say you get it, or you do something new that's out of your comfort zone and you actually start building something, then that's when you start telling people, because it's like you build up that excitement, you're like, dang, I want to tell somebody about this because this is dope, like I'm actually doing it like actively. So it doesn't take away from like, oh, this is an idea. It's like, well, I'm doing this, so like it's not an idea, I did it, like, you know. So that's gonna have to be my state of mind, because I get very excited to tell people things, but it's even doper when you actually execute those actions and you're like, well, look at this dope ass thing I did. Like, I know it's dope, you know. I know I'm dope, you know. So I'm gonna have to tap into that energy. But I've been exploring so many ideas, I've been doing so many new things, and kind of getting more comfortable with myself. It's crazy. I've been getting way more comfortable with myself and with expressing myself, with being myself, and being in nature is something that is really a part of me. And I feel like nature and like spending time in nature allows me to be who I really am. And it's crazy to say that, but I don't know why it is crazy to say that. I come from a city, I live in a city, I've lived in the city all my life, so it's definitely different. And I live like right in the city, like right in the mix of the city. So everything's fast paced, everything is just going and going and going. And you definitely feel this sense of, I have all the control over everything, or I need to have all this control over my life. And that's just not realistic. In nature, things flow as it should. And even in the city, life still flows as it should. You still cannot control anything. But the city does give you this false sense of control, because everybody is actively doing something, and it's so fast paced, and you gotta go get your money, you gotta do that, and you gotta do that. It's not much time to like sit down and reflect and just be. So I find when I come here and talk to nature, be in nature, be in the flow of nature, in the flow with myself, I feel like a kid again. And I feel like I can be who the hell I want to be. I can be who the hell I want to be, you know, because I'm a beautiful person, and it's time for me to start saying that. Even today, I had a difficult week. I should talk about my week. Low key, I be watching podcasts, so I'm not trying to steal nothing, but yeah. But it's not really stealing. It's like taking an idea. But yeah, I had a difficult week. I kept waking up with a lot of anxiety because of the space I'm in right now. But then I'm like, again, I've been catching up on so many hustles. I'm like, let me get this hustle, let me do this, let me do that, let me, like, I'm going on so many ventures, and I like it. It's a new change, because I feel like at the job I was at, you know, it was just a lot of control issues with my manager, and I just was not fucking with it. And it was too much. It started to put a toll on my mental health to a certain point, but now I feel like my ideas are flowing so freely, and I'm just like, it's go time. Like, I'm ready. Like, we finna lock the hell in. But yeah, I had a difficult week because I had a lot of anxiety, and I'm just like, damn. Again, that control, I felt that, damn, like, I can't control the narrative. Like, once this is due, like, I have to pay for these things. I have to pay for responsibilities. So I definitely started getting in this insecure state of mind, like, oh my God, like, and I know I have money saved up, but it's just the fact where I'm like, well, what if I don't find it in this time, and like, I'm gonna lose more money. Again, I think that's coming from my lack mentality that I have, because I've been brought up in a family that has a lack mentality. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Like, that's a lot to unpack there. But yeah, I've just started getting anxiety about the future, anxiety about the decision I made. Impulsive, I would say. It was impulsive, but it was exactly what I wanted to do, and in the moment it was impulsive, but I've been wanting to do this for a minute. I just was not happy, and I was barely getting money on top of that. It was like they were already digging their hands into my scheduling and my pocket, so it's like, I'm not getting paid that much here. Like, it's literally just paying for my necessities at this point. So what is the point of sticking onto something that is just not, it's not doing you any favors right now? So yeah, it was an impulsive decision. There's a bee, and yes, I love nature, but sometimes I cannot get right with the bugs. Okay. But bees used to be my biggest fear when I was in elementary school. I used to, like, go crazy. I would go insane. That's because my mom does stuff like that too, though, and my grandma. So anyways, but yeah, so I've just been waking up literally with a pit of anxious, like, you just feel anxiety through your body. It's just like an anxious pit in my stomach. I'm like, oh, like, you know, or like when you're about to get bad news, if you know something's not going right, if you know your little is acting up, you know your man's acting up, and you're like, this is looking bad, like, they look like the relationship about to be over. I'm waking up with that pit in my stomach because I don't have a job right now. But I understand that I'm going through a whole different season in my life, and this is what the death is. I've put a lot of things to bed, okay? I've taken the trash out, all right? I've been taking the trash out of things that have been making me, my soul, unhappy. And it's scary. It's freaking scary. Bro, when the bee flew, is it in my head? Brother. Whew, it flew too close to me. There are flowers here, and I was like, maybe I should scoot over. But I know a bee won't really sting you, because if they do, they just wasted their dang life. That's so messed up that they die after they sting somebody. So I know he's not trying to sting me, but I still don't like it. Okay. But where was I? Oh yeah, this is when we go into, you know, the death and rebirth, because I've been putting a lot of things to bed. Like, I've broken off a lot in my life. It's crazy. I really have broken off things that I've had some attachment to for years, things and people. So it's blowing my mind, and I feel like I've been very impulsive lately, but I also feel like it's more in alignment with me, and I just never thought I would get to this point. I'm about to cry again. I never thought I would get to this point where I'm actively making these hard decisions, and I feel like I'm communicating to the universe, like, hey, I love myself, okay? I love myself, and I pledge allegiance to myself. Like, seriously, I'm actually doing things that are in alignment with me. I know these were the right decisions for me. And every time I get in nature, it's like that connects back again. It's like, bling, Yes, yes, yes. It calms me down again. It's calming my anxiety from this whole week of worrying about money and feeling like like I'm gonna be broke. Like, better things are coming. Sometimes you have to go through hard phases in order to step into a new phase, in order to step into something that is more in alignment, even with like my major, even with the career path I want to go down. I'm tired of working jobs. I am tired of working jobs. I want to start working jobs, I guess, or I just want to start going towards my career. And I know I'm so young, and people are always like, you're so young, like, true, but I've just been, sometimes those horror stories of people saying, I have a degree and this and X, Y, and Z, it's like, I have nothing to show for, like, it's like coming towards the end of another season that's very near in my future, where I'm about to graduate, and there's those fears too. But again, I'm going through a whole new cycle. I know I'm entering a new cycle, so it's important to take that cycle in and express your love, but also don't settle for anything. I am not for that. I never want to settle in life, just based off of my experiences with my parents and seeing how their happiness is based on settling in life and based on taking the easy way out, I guess. It sucks to say, but I just cannot. I can't get right with it. I don't want to do that. I want to live a fruitful life. I do. I want to accomplish a lot in this life, and I want to comfortably live. I don't want to feel as if I'm struggling. The struggle ain't fun. The struggle is not fun. But as I actively start making ambitious moves and doing things that I'm afraid to do, that I feel like in my demographic, it's you're going out on a limb, you shouldn't be doing that, I'm still gonna go ahead and do what I want to do, period, because I refuse to settle in this life. And that's my biggest thing. I refuse to settle in this life. I do not care. My major is very ambitious too. I am a screenwriting major. Yes, honey, yes, I'm a screenwriting major, and in all of my classes, it's very white male dominating. And I will say, when I first started college, it was hard, because I was like, I don't see anybody that looks like me at all, not even a woman. So it's interesting going into these classes, because it's the same demographic across the board, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, I'm discouraged. But now more and more, I'm like, this is where I'm supposed to be. I'm rightfully where I'm supposed to be. I speak on how I feel, no matter what, no matter how anybody feels. This is who I am. So this is a field for me, because I do want to share stories with people, and I want to share ancestral stories, especially. I want to discover the inner parts of me, my culture. Also, I got a My Heritage thing, and I still haven't gotten my results back. How long does that take? It's been a while. Okay, I'm trying to see my ancestry, because I kind of want to go back to whatever part of Africa I'm from. I don't know, I'm so excited, because I will, in my lifetime, I will go to the part of Africa I'm from to learn the ancestry and learn about, my bloodline ancestors. That's what I want to do, and I feel like I will get so much out of it. I want to visit for months and months, and like off and on go back and everything. Also, I think, like, I'm gonna show my shirt. I think it matches the vibe. Anyways, so back to phases and cycles. So yeah, I'm in this transitioning phase where there's a lot of fear and there's a lot of anxiety, but from the life I was living before, I felt like I was comfortable, and because I was trying to force it, and I'm like, let it happen, like, this is fine, this is life for me now. You kind of become comfortable with the life you live, so much where you forget about your desires, your wants, your needs, your soul. So I'm glad I removed certain things out of my life. They may have been in a very chaotic way, but out of that chaotic emotion, it was true and it was raw and it was real. And if I'm being real, I was already deciding on this. I was already thinking these feelings, so that already stimulated me. But in the moment of disrespect, I was just like, hold on. I have free will. I have free will in this society, quote unquote. And I'm gonna use my free will, and I'm gonna get my out of here. The hell, I'm not gonna continue to fit myself into places where I'm not welcomed. Period. So again, or my being is not welcome. I never take things personally anymore. Sometimes I might. Let me not say that, but sometimes I might. But for the most part, I'm learning to accept myself for who I am. And if somebody don't like me for me, maybe you could. Do you see the door is wide open for you? And I will slam it behind you. Please go. I don't have time. So again, I'm communicating to the universe. I'm not playing about me, all right? So can I get the fruits of my labor? I'm really trying. And I'm becoming who I want to be. I feel more aligned with myself. I really do. I really, really do. Especially in these times in nature. I just feel like I'm mostly navigating how to get there, and I'm in a vulnerable point where I start questioning my decision making. But I know that I made the right decision. Sometimes you just need that reminder, and sometimes you just need to keep going. You need to keep seeking out other opportunities that are more aligned with you, that fit what you desire, fit your authenticity. So that's the beautiful gift that you bring to life, is your authenticity. So it does take a bit of navigating. I'm not settling for anything, and that's the thing too, not settling for things. I'm not going to settle for the next thing. I really want to enjoy what I do. I want to enjoy the environment. And again, I know I'm so young and I have so much time to figure my stuff out. I just feel like I don't want to settle though. I don't know. I have this deep want inside me not to settle and to keep going and to push and to push and to push. And if I get something where it may not be aligned for my career, it's fine, because I know I'm gonna continue to push to where I want to go, where I want to be, so I can live a comfortable life and travel and see the world. That's one of my biggest aspirations, is to see the world, explore the world, and learn the world, because your world is not only where you were born. There's so many places, so many cultures that are rich, and that you can just learn about. You can learn a different perspective of that's my journey, is to learn, to educate myself, and share. I just want to share and learn and educate. So again, back to I'm going into deep talks. It's actually soothing me so much. I feel so soothed and calm. I want to cry, because I'm gonna say I want to cry so many times, because I can be very emotional, but not sensitive. But I'm emotional, but I'm not. I feel like there's a key difference between those two. Anyways. So yeah, right now I'm in like the questioning phase, the unknown, and like doubting, and like, I'm like, girl, like, oh, can we get to the peachy part? Like, I know it's coming, and I feel as if I have to open my heart and be open to these new beginnings, because a lot of times we can find ourselves in that phase where we're like, okay, we're questioning, we're this, and we're like, dang, should we just go back to where it was, go back to how it was, or should we just keep pushing forward? Because we can't let that fear of the future dictate how we live our lives, because you will never live your life authentically. You will never live your life peacefully if you do that. You can't choose what just does not align with you. Keep pushing, keep moving forward, and that's what I'm about to do. But there's definitely that tug and pull of like, damn, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Regret, and like, maybe I should just do this. Maybe this is a safer option. Maybe this is going to keep me afloat. And that diminishes our true self. That diminishes our true life path. And it prolongs it. I mean, I feel like this is a journey no matter what, and every experience you have is a blessing, but you will learn lessons in this life. I've had to learn very hard ones very quickly, but I will say those life lessons had some hands, okay? They had hands, and I learned so much, so I'm so grateful for that. Blessed, shall I say. I'm very blessed for those experiences because they had hands. But yeah, it's just, you gotta push forward, you gotta pursue forward. And now I don't really know what the future has in hold. I don't know where this destination will take me, or where this new phase in life. I have some notes here so I can like keep my mind on track, even though I always ramble. It's a hard thing. But this new phase, like, I don't know where this new phase is going to take me in life, and I feel like it's going to be a big one, okay? I feel like it's going to be big, and I feel like I'm going to have a bit of a high and just go to a whole new phase where I kind of discover a part of me that is the authentic part of me. Ultimately, I'm just trying to reach my authenticity in this life and be completely who I am, and I feel like within that I will feel whole. I just want to feel whole. And I'm not to say that I feel like authenticity is actually possible to reach in this life. It should be possible. There's a lot of things a lot of blockages that are up, but at the end of the day, it's not impossible. It's not impossible. You just got to be unapologetically yourself and not give two fucks about that. So, yeah. So again, yeah, news cycles. I don't feel like I covered really anything, but I feel like within that there's so much. But I say rebirth, or death and rebirth is one and the same. Obviously, with death there comes a new beginning, and that goes to say we are going into a new beginning. We are shifting our reality, and this is what you wanted. Just remember, this is what you wanted. This is what you asked for. This is what you prayed for. So don't sit here and be like, I'm sorry, bro. Oh my god. Oh, I'm glad it didn't fly in my mouth. This is what you wanted. This is what you asked for. So don't think to take a pause or go back to how it used to be. Keep moving forward, because this is what you asked for at the end of the day. And yeah, the universe got hands, so just remember that, okay? But push through. You better push through. And always remember that life mission. And with death comes rebirth. So right now it may feel like a lot is happening, a lot is falling, a lot, like your life is falling apart and you don't know what to do. Because girl, I feel you. But follow your intuition, push through. I know this is like, it's just so generic. It's generic advice. As I'm going through it myself, it's like, it's generic for me, but I'm also, that belief and that faith that I have is pushing me forward. It's making me want to do new things. It's making me want to create things. It's making me want to shift my reality more and more and more. It's making me want to go hard, because I have that strong belief that I am able to transform, and that with this energy that I produce, this authentic energy I produce, the universe will be like, okay, girl, I see you peeping game now. I see you grew up and everything. Yes, and I did. And I did. And I'm trying. And I'm doing. And I'm going. Okay? Period. The end. So, it's like pushing forward is what is going to pay you. Waking up every day and doing the things that you don't want to do is going to pay you. Getting up, meditating, doing your routine, whatever your routine may be, something that fuels your mind, doing that and going ahead and taking initiative and accomplishing things and doing things that just were out of your comfort zone before, things that you would never do in your past. You're quite literally creating a whole new reality for yourself. You are stepping into another version of yourself, a version who gets done, okay? A version that gets done and gets repaid for getting that done and just doing it. Like, just do it. Like Nike said. Yeah. I want to switch into some other topics, but I'm going to take a little drink break because... Oh, yeah. This smoothie. Okay. It's hitting the spot. Oh, I was talking about how the lack mindset. I do want to speak on this because I find this very interesting, and I've had a lot of talks with myself about this. And yes, I absolutely talk to myself. I talk to myself and I have whole conversations with myself. I do. So I've talked to myself so many times about this. Also, I think it's gonna be a full moon tonight, and I feel like when I talk when there is a full moon out, things are just put into perspective. Just crazy, like it's crazy. So maybe that's why I'm also talking a little bit clearer than I usually would. So yeah, lack. I feel like I grew up in a family with a lack mindset. You know, my parents are not rich. Let me leave this book alone. I'm trying to get out my pencil though so we can... Okay, it don't want to crawl me. So, you know, there's been a lot of lack in my family. There's a lot of lack in my household. And sometimes all I know is that survival mode. All I know is that lack mindset of that worry, that just like constantly ruling over. And I will say I'm in positions right now where I have more freedom to make decisions such as quitting my job on the spot. Even then, I'm still not, like, I still have to take care of my financial responsibilities as of like my car and things in between that. Like, my parents do not pay for everything, so I know I have to take care of like my financial responsibilities. But to continue forward, there is a lot of lack in my family, in my household, and I feel like that has kind of put a wear on my mind and how I think about money and my relationship with money. Is crazy. It's really crazy how deep it goes, and I'm trying to unlearn that, and I'm also trying to take accountability where accountability is due, because I say my mom is more of a spender. She's a spender, but she doesn't really show much like financial responsibility, as of where my dad is frugal and worried about money all the time. So is my mom, but she doesn't act as if she's worried. It's like she's in a certain place in life where she's just like, she spends, and like she'll spend on things that she probably shouldn't spend on. It was just not like really conscious thinking. And then my dad's like, oh no, like he can't spend on anything. And he like speaks that lack into the household. He speaks that lack of, we don't have this, we don't have that, we just spent this and this and that. And I totally understand, but there is a huge insecurity there. And there's also a huge insecurity with my mom and her spending habits and how she freely spends. So I take after my mom. Yeah. I spend. I like to spend. I like buying things. I like having nice things. And my problem is I don't budget that. And again, when you live in a lack mindset, when you live in a lack household, most likely you're going to take on your parents' ideologies and lack of learning. I feel like financial literacy, is that the right thing? Financial anything should be taught in schools, because a lot of times, I'm not going to say a lot of times, but there's a good portion of people that probably don't learn that from their parents, because their parents aren't really good with money. And maybe their parents weren't good with money. Maybe their parents had a lack mindset. I feel like it needs to be taught in some subject in school, like high school, for real. For real. So I find myself trying to learn how to be comfortable with money, and also be conscious in a good way, where I'm like, okay, you have maybe this free will to spend, but don't go overboard. Like, don't spend on things that, like, so I just freely be tapping my card, like, oh, I should afford this, I'll get the money back. Like, but it's kind of, what's the word? Irresponsible. Yeah, it's irresponsible, I will say, because it's not like I'm tracking anything. I'm just like, swipe my card, it's fine, I'll get it back. I definitely want to live that way, but I feel like sometimes it's important to kind of, what are you spending on? Okay, like, let's stop. Like, now you're doing too much. Like, but that lack mindset has put a lot of insecurity on me with money. So where I'm always just insecure, like every time I spend, or I feel bad every time I spend, or I feel like, damn, I spent too much money, I shouldn't have done that, and having so much regret when it comes to that. So it's like finding that middle spot where it's like, okay, you can have some free will to spend, but also don't go overboard. Don't go overboard, and know when it's overboard. Know when you cannot take that step, and know when there's patience and you can spend on that another time. So yeah, I've been a bit better with it. I'm trying to find that fine balance where, especially where I'm tracking what I spend, because I'm a free spender, and right now I can't free spend. Okay, so yeah, I'm getting a little burnt out from talking, I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of really relaxed out and kind of all talked out too, but I do want to end this on like at least a closure note. This is a new cycle, and this new cycle is scary. New cycles are always scary. Death is always scary. Rebirth is always scary. Well, rebirth is not scary, but it can be, because with an ending of a cycle, you're scrambling, and you have every right to scramble. You have every right to be afraid and scared, but remember, don't go back, go forward. Align yourself. There is a bug on my phone right now. It's a flying bug. Get off my freaking girl. Okay, keep going forward. Remember the goal that you have in mind. Remember the place that you want to be in life, and also remember or think about how your future self is. Think in the frame or the state of mind that your future self thinks in, your higher self thinks in. Is your higher self sitting here worrying about X, Y, and Z, or does your higher self know that God got you? Okay, and that you're putting the work in, and you're doing everything that you need to be doing. There's no point in stressing on things that you cannot control. And again, the city, oh, now you're not scared? The city gives you that illusion where you have to worry. You have to worry, you have to stress, and stress is a normal part of life. But when you overuse that, when you put yourself in that state of mind, in that body space, you deteriorate your body and you deteriorate your mental health. So have a little bit more positivity, have a little bit more grace when it comes to yourself. Love yourself. Give yourself those days where you're patient and talk yourself down and be like, you're doing amazing. Give yourself those words of affirmation. And I will say that helps so much, to give yourself words of affirmation. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. You're doing amazing. Keep going. Don't worry about it. Keep pushing. You're doing everything you're supposed to. You're doing good. You're doing amazing. Always remember that. And it's hard, especially in this day and age, especially with how expensive things are, and just on a worldly sense, it's like, whew, it's a lot. It's a lot going on in the world too. But just remember to cater yourself if you can, to the best of your abilities. Even if you can't spend the money, go out to places like this. Be anywhere where you can just kind of just drop in. I will say I love LA for that reason, because like growing up in the city was a lot, and that's all I really knew, because my parents wouldn't really take me anywhere. My childhood was very dull. I don't remember coming to the parks or anything like that, barely. We straight in the city. We just live in the city. We going to downtown LA to go shopping at the Santee Alley. Like, that's what we're doing. Like, we going to the mall. Like, barely. I did go to the beach, but it was not enough. It's crazy when you really live in the city and your parents are busy and they need to focus on their responsibilities and surviving. That survival mode, and that life mentality, especially in the city, is hard. It's hard for them to find times where they can take you to places like this and just relax and be in the moment. And I feel like it's important to also give your parents grace, because they've been through a lot, and if they're constantly in survival mode and they don't have time to take you out to calm, serene places or nice places, because they always working, they feel like they don't have time. They've been living in survival their whole life sometimes, so it's important to give them grace and help them out. I need to take my own advice for real. I'm starting to realize more and more that my parents have these complex emotions just as me, and they lived in a crazy generation too, where a lot of stuff was going on, so we all fucked up. That sounds so realistic, but for real, we have a lot of stuff going on. But when you do come out into places like these, if you can, or just anywhere where you can just kind of go on a walk and decompress, be in the sun, that solar energy, you feel a lot better. You feel a lot more grounded, and you feel a lot more safe. It's like you're really in tune with nature. You're really in tune with the universe. You're really in tune with God when you are in these spaces. It's a beautiful, amazing feeling that I want everybody to go out and experience. And I know that so much of the world is filled with this. So many places are filled with this, where you just bask in it and you're here. That's part of why I want to travel so much. I want to just be in these spaces and learn, and also be in tune with the universe and different parts of the universe, and all the love that is created in nature, and the heartbreak. There's a lot that goes on. Nature she's not always linear. She's never linear. She's chaotic, and a lot of things happen. Just like nature, we go through emotions. We are in nature. We are a part of nature. We go through emotions. We go through storms. We go through universal changes. But it just keeps growing, keeps going. Can't do anything else but grow and be here. Be present in the chaos and in the death. But here is where rebirth is. Here is where death is. It's kind of like you come in tune, and you come in, not even in tune, you come, what is the word? You're just at peace with the way that life flows. You can't control it. You come in tune with the cycles. You come in tune with the death. It's not tune. I don't know what word I'm trying to search for. You're basking in it. You're like, yeah, a lot of stuff that happens, but it keeps going, it keeps growing. And you're in the present, and you're here, and you can't do anything about it. But this moment right now is beautiful. instead of being out of this moment, instead of focusing on something else, focusing on stress. Give yourself those times where you don't have to focus on stress. 4 on the clock, okay? Where you just release. It feels really good. It feels really good to just not worry for a little bit, and you feel that confirmation from nature. Everything is going to be all right. From God, from Source, from the universe. You feel that confirmation through Mother Nature. Everything is going to be all right. And that's why it's a mother. That's why mother is Mother Nature, okay? Because a mother calms you. That feminine energy calms you. That balanced energy, feminine, masculine, calms you. Well, mostly the feminines, like, it's like a warm hug, especially with the sun, the tree, the bright colors. It's beautiful. I find it also, okay, I'm really gonna end this in a little bit. I find it crazy how I'm studying psychology too. I'm minoring in psychology. The human eye, I didn't know this. I think I did know this, but I kind of got reminded in my psychology class. The human eye can only see up to, like, I think UV. I don't know. We can only see a select amount of colors, and there's like so many more colors that we have not seen because our human eye cannot see them. Just imagine what, like, bees are seeing, these different insects, these birds. Like, what are they seeing? They're probably seeing so much, bro. Like, that blows my mind. And I feel like that's probably how our soul looks too. It's like just so many colors that we can't even come up with. But thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for watching this. Again, my name is Harmony, and this is Comfy Reflections and Realizations. Remember, give yourself a little bit of time and grace, and love yourself to the max. Ease your mind, talk yourself down, do things that make you feel good, and breathe, and maybe invest in a singing bowl. It's really beautiful. Hi, thank you.